Hello and welcome to another MCO update on FET. FET is actually still holding up quite well. I mean, Bitcoin is down a little bit today. FET is still holding up quite well. This is the daily chart, by the way. We still see an ongoing uptrend here in this fifth wave to the upside. That new uptrend, you could say, started in April, at least from what it looks like. We broke above the trend line here. So it's starting to look interesting. However, as always, it will be the first pullback. Yeah, it will be the first pullback after breakout that would provide some clarity, because it's not the rally itself that will give us clarity. No, it is, as I said, it's typically the first pullback. We need to see if the buyers are strong enough to hold a higher low when this B wave pullback starts. And I don't have any evidence that this pullback has started. It might get another high in wave A. That's what I try to say, right? And we are tracking those smaller degree. We're tracking those smaller degree support levels on the smaller time frame. So I will share with you now what these micro support levels are. Here on the daily chart, it's just important to maybe just start with that to get an idea of where the journey might get to. Where we might. What the roadmap is that we probably should follow. And if indeed this is an ABC structure, which I assume, I explained in detail in previous updates why I'm labeling the move up as an ABC structure. I also explained in detail the problems with that structure. So we are tracking here an ABC structure just basically because it's a diagonal, but it is likely going to morph and change and transform along the way, because it's all based on corrective structures. Now, it will be easier. It will be easier if we have a 5-wave move up. So if circle wave A forms 5 waves, then we have a little bit more clarity, because a 5-wave move up is always a first indication, really, that we've bottomed there in April. A 3-wave move up, we rely more on context and levels, but with a 5-wave move up, we can rely a little bit more on structure. So yeah, that is what we are tracking here to the upside. Let's take a quick look at the short time frame for FET. And on the smaller time frame, you can see that the market is working probably on an internal wave 4 pullback. So the idea I had and communicated yesterday was that we might have started the B wave, okay, but I'm watching the white count first. So we have a wave 1, we have a wave 2, we have a wave 3. This could be a 4 and one more high in wave 5. Now, a 5-wave move can be an A wave, a 3-wave move can be an A wave. So we don't know that yet, but until we really get a break below 55.7 cents, which is the last wave 4 support, I can call it the white scenario. I also shared with you this trend channel, which seems to be holding, so the lower trend line held. But I said to you, I don't necessarily believe it will hold, so it might break at some point. Currently, I'm tracking here A wave down. Maybe this was the top of the B wave, and we're already moving down in wave C. It is also possible the wave B extends a bit, but I see it as caught in a correction either way. So if we now push higher from here, I would see it as an extension of the B wave, which would then eventually just delay the C wave of 4. So that's how I track it. I don't see a reliable bottoming structure yet. Looks a bit like a double bottom, which often happens in these flat corrections. A wave. I'm not sure if that really... It does look a bit strange, but that would be a valid interpretation, like an A, B, C. Yeah, B wave can here or here. But for now, as long as we stay below this last swing high at 74.3 cents, assumption is that B wave might have topped. So the micro or nano structure will really only morph if the market gets above that level. But that wouldn't even change the context. It would simply mean maybe you get a bit more of a rally within wave 4. And wave 4s are known for fake outs. So yeah, that's the update on FET. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.